haven't recorded a video in a while, so I'm feeling rusty, and the best thing to do in this case is to just jump right into it. In this video, I'm going to do a full face of Fenty products. I have several. We have bronzer, blurring skin tint Eaze Drop, a very popular skin tint I'm dying to try, an eyeshadow quad, a cream blush, loose powder, as well as this product called Poutsicle. We're gonna fill in with other brands as needed. I already have my skincare on. What I wanna try is a product from this kit. I am a sucker for holiday kits, for all kits really. You know, I'm not super familiar with the Dr.Jart brand, but it looked good. I mean, how can you go wrong with two moisturizers, this yellow one and one for nighttime, but also what caught my attention was this tiger grass correcting treatment, which is this guy right here. It says it neutralizes redness and protects skin. According to the label here, it goes on green and then it turns to beige. I've used it about 3 times so far, and I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of it. It is messy. It looks green. I don't think it really turns to beige, but maybe I over applied. Let's put it on and see if it really turns to beige. The reason why I wanted this to work is because it does have built-in SPF. And if I can layer my SPF, the more the better, especially if it doesn't peel under makeup. It is quite messy. The thickness, it has the consistency of a clay mask, but does it work? I mean, if it does turn beige, then the green color comes in handy because you can see where you put it in the areas where you missed, which often is around the hairline. This feels like a clay mask, like something that you need to rinse off. It is not very easy to spread. It kind of stays. I'm not liking this, but I have not given it a fair shot. All right, did it turn beige? That has not turned beige. How's it doing? Is it beige yet? It's tacky. Feels like this would transfer a lot. If I go to give someone a kiss, they're gonna feel the tackiness of my cheek. Okay, I'm gonna give it a minute longer. Neutralizes redness and protects skin, improves skin appearance to be vibrant. You guys, us Latins, we say hello by kissing each other on the cheek. With this product, my cheek is gonna stick to other people's cheeks. No go, especially for Latins. All right, let's move on to the skin tint. I have it in the shade 7. And I think I might just squirt some. Just like that. To blend it out, I'm using a Sephora brush number 47. Yep, I would say that this is a light coverage, just like you would expect from a skin tint. Whoa, I was not recording. I am seeing some streak marks from the brush. Taking my damn sponge and just pushing the product onto my skin to give it a more natural texture. Get rid of those streak marks. And I might wipe everything off and start over again if the tackiness persists, which it's still there, but I don't know whether to attribute it to the tiger grass cream or to the skin tint. It is clinging to some of my dry peeling patches, but I'd say that that would happen with any foundation and skin tint. Okay, as a final attempt to save this before I decide to wipe it all off and start over again, let's put on the translucent powder and see if that reduces the tackiness. See, it's so tacky that even the powder is going on splotchy. I should just take it off already. No, I want to see how much the powder can do. Not expecting miracles. It's even creating a little coating here on the powder puff. Tacky? No. I forgot to do concealer. That's okay. All right, next step. All right, let's see what awaits us here. This quad, is it a quad? No, it's a 6-pan palette, Snap Shadows number 7 Cadet. I've never tried the shadows from Fenty. A little sliver there came off. Let me throw that away. I'm gonna use this shade as the base on my whole lid, give it some depth with this guy, this on the outer corner, and perhaps fit this in where? I'm not sure. This on the inner. How about this yellow though? Let's do an all-over wash of this mustardy color first. Okay, now that grass cream is creasing. Wash of mustard. Please glide. I should have set my eyelids. I will set the other one before putting the eyeshadow on, just so that the color goes on smooth. I don't feel that this one is going on very smoothly. And this is a Scott Barnes brush number 62. This is great to put a shade all over the lid. Even to work a color on the crease, really. This brush is soft. It's one of my favorites. As always, all of the products that I'm using, I will link down below. It's not extremely pigmented, because I could see this being a pukey yellow that leaves me very confused as to how to use it. But as a base, this is working quite well. Okay, let's do the other eye, but let me set it with a loose powder first. Hopefully now it will glide on a lot smoother. And I can't wait till this video is over and I will have gotten used to talking to the camera, because all of my back is tensing up. Like I'm not loose. That's all right. It'll come with time and practice. I'm aware. One thing that I'm a definite beginner at is doing my eyebrows. So I ordered a kit that brings a stencil. I'll show it to you guys later. I just needed something to give me the shape so that I could learn it and then recreate it myself. And so I looked at the stencils. Comes with several shapes of eyebrows, some longer, some shorter, some thicker, so some thinner. And I picked the one that I liked. I don't know whether to bring it, I think I'm gonna bring it underneath a little bit. The same mustard color, just to match the top. I still feel a drag on the brush. That's all because of that tiger grass and rant. Now I'm gonna go in with this middle shade and we'll put it in the middle and here on the crease, just to start giving the eye more shape. I need a fluffier brush. Rougher number 01. All right, this area here looks muddy. It's because of it was tacky before. This is still this middle color. Start elongating it. Pop a little bit here on the bottom. I can't tell you whether or not it blends well, because I started out with severe tackiness on my lids, but I like the pigment. There's not a lot of kickback. Picks up on the brush just fine, but it's not giving me too much color all at the same time. I'll dip into this guy. Okay, I do see more kickback here with this shade. Tap it on my hand so I don't get a splotchy on contact deal. Work it on the crease and outer V. Yeah, this one is more pigmented and dustier than the first shade. Interesting how the formulas vary from color to color. I know that there's some colors that are harder to formulate. I believe purple and blue, because this shade is a matte just like the previous one. I don't understand why the difference. Kind of digging the yellow mustardy base. I think it complements the brown colors on top very well. Let's see, now we could go which way? I could go straight for the dark one on the outer V, but I kind of want to use this satin shade as well. That's pretty. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. With that same 01 brush, I'll pick up the satin shade and put it right there in the middle of the eye. And it blends in very nice. Yeah, now I can tell. It's easier to tell since this is already going on top of a powder. It's not holding on to any tackiness that was there before. And I will go into the yellow to blend out the edges. And you know the drill. I'm gonna bring that same satiny shade on the lower lashes, and this is a Scott Barnes 59 brush. I like it because it's sharp and it's dense and precise, and it gets the product exactly where you want it. And I just want a tad bit there. Now we'll go in with, this is a glittery color, right? Oh wow, it looks very white, almost silvery on the pan, but it is quite a gold shimmer with glitter particles in it. That's pretty. And I'm using an E4 brush from Makeup by Mario. to pick up this shimmer. Will it pick it up? Doesn't distribute it very evenly. Now I regret, I forgot the concealer. What a disaster. This is an alright palette. It's just a basic brown palette with that pop of mustard. I like the pop of mustard. It adds a little bit of excitement to an all brown neutral palette. I do like that the shimmer leans more towards gold, which echoes the mustard. So it's all very, definitely the color story is very cohesive. Each color coordinates perfectly with one another. This is not my best work, you guys. And yes, I will blame it all on the tiger cream. To finish off the eyeshadow, I do want to grab some of that same glitter. It's more of a shimmer with, oh, I want to put it here in the inner, just to give it a highlight. I'm going to take this shade and use it as a soft liner. Okay, this next product I'm super excited about because one thing that I am for sure a beginner at is doing my eyebrows. I can't, for the life of me, shape my eyebrows properly. They always look wonky. So what I did was I looked for a kit. Those kits that come with a stencil, well, various stencils you can use to help give the shape to your brow, and then you just fill them in with an eyeshadow type product. In this case, it comes in this tube. I did try it on yesterday, so this is what it looks like, and you just tap it on. For my learning purposes, this is fantastic. I was going through the stencils to pick out a shape, and I settled on number 4. You see the number here in the corner. This is number 3. This is number 1. Make some room. Number 1, number 4, number 2, 5, and 6. How did I pick the one that I ended up using? First was process of elimination. Number 6, too skinny. Number 5, the arch is not as sharp as I would like it to be. It's pretty round here on the top. I wanted a bit more shape, more definition towards the arch. This one doesn't resemble the location of my arch. I feel like my arch comes in higher. So because of that, that one is eliminated. Wow, now I'm wondering, why did I get rid of number 2? I guess I thought it was a bit too skinny. So I got rid of number 2 and that left me with number 1 and number 4. I tested both and I believe I ended up going with number 4. So that's what I'm gonna do again. I'm excited to try it, and I figure that after several times of using the stencil, I will learn exactly where to fill in so I can do it myself. But for now, we're gonna stick to the stencil. Okay, so stencil positioning. You start it here, the dotted line, you have the option of long brow, short brow. What I did is that I just kind of put it on my brows, and the long one seems to make sense. Let me line it up with my arch, something like that. And here you can see in the open area of the stencil, the area where I don't have any hair. Those are the spots where I need to learn to fill in. And I started here at the tail because that is where I want the most concentration of color to go. All right. I think that this length is a lot more flattering than this length. And I just cut them to be this short. Why? Because my natural hairs did not follow the shape of the stencil. The tail of my eyebrow came in lower, like pointing towards this part of my ear instead of now they're pointing towards the upper part of my ear. So I removed all of that hair, but now it left me with short eyebrows unless I fill them in. But I don't mind, they'll grow back. I'm pretty sure they'll grow back. In order to reload the sponge with product, you screw it on and then you screw it off. I wiped off the stencil with a rag, line it up with my arch. Wait, the arch is good, but now the front is too high. What happens if I do this? Okay, that might work. Yes, yes, I do like it. For mascara, I will use my Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara, and I will wipe off the excess. Get those roots. Moving on to the bronzer, I have this cream one in shade 03 Macchiato. This is a Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer from Fenty. And I don't know whether to use this brush that I used for the skin tint or a different brush here. This one is angled. It's a very different shape. The reason why I think I'm gonna go with the same one I used for the foundation is because I saw Dennis and Myrix using it precisely to contour one time, which is the reason why I got this brush in the first place. So yeah, let's go ahead and use it to apply this bronzer to warm up the face. I like the tone. It's not too warm. It's not too cool. It's not gray. It's more cool than warm, definitely. And then with the tip, the slanted part of the brush, I will use that to be more precise here in the cheekbone area. And for blush, I have this cream blush in the shade 06 Daiquiri Dip. And I'm using my Rephr 04 brush. This is the first time or second time that I've used this brush. Certainly the first time that I use it for a cream product. Does seem to be picking it up without a problem. It was difficult to find a shade that I particularly liked for this blush because most of them were sold out. But I figured that even though it looks quite vibrant and punchy in the pan, I could sheer it out. Yeah, so it is quite pigmented. I'm going to wipe off my brush and then blend it in, buff it out more. It's cute how tiny this little compact is. Don't know that I love this shade, but maybe it'll come together at the end. Actually, what I'm gonna do is that when it comes time to the finishing powder, I'll use that to blend in the edges a bit more. That's pretty. I like it on the nose. This is growing on me. Now let's move on to lips. I'm dying to try this Poutsicle product again. Even though I did try it on when I first got it, it was very quickly. I wiped it off almost immediately because I was going somewhere, I forget. How are you supposed to use this product exactly? All right, so I'm just going to put it on, and this is in the shade Zesty Bestie. I'm not even gonna use a lip liner because this is meant to give you the lip stained look. So I'm not going for a very defined look. Wow. Okay, that is bright. Oh my goodness. And this is another product where most of the shades were sold out. So I didn't have a lot of options. We will give it a few seconds to stain the lips before wiping it off. While that sits on my lips, let's set the face again with the Fenty powder. I'll use a dense, this is just a Morphe brush that came in a set. Let's wipe off the lips. Does give you that stained look. Not bad. I wonder how long it's gonna last. So is there any more transfer if I put the Bounty on them again? Let's see. Very minimal transfer. So my lips are now stained. I think the shade goes quite well with the blush. And to complete the look, I do want to use this highlighter from Rare Beauty that I got in the mail yesterday, I think. It's in the shade Exhilarate, and this is a recent launch of the brand. I want to see the finish of this. I want to see whether it's glittery. Let me swatch it first. It's a very pretty champagne color. I don't see any glitter. Don't see any glitter. It is just shimmer in there. and it looks to be quite buildable, so you can make it blinding or you can go in subtle. Let's start subtle on the cheek. And I'm gonna build it up just so that it picks up better on camera. But even there, I think it picks up just fine. Let's add some more. Very blendable. It doesn't leave a stripe on my cheek. And put the smallest amount here on the bridge of my nose. Wow. All right. Let's talk about this highlighter success, but let's talk about how the makeup is bunching up and separating right here on my chin. All of this area right here, you can see that the skin tint is holding on to the areas where my skin is peeling, which honestly I think it's expected. It's on me to do a better job of exfoliating. The lip, this is quite a cool product, right? This Poutsicle. All right, and this completes the look. An almost full face of Fenty products. What did I think? Let's recap my thoughts. Well, I don't have any clear thoughts for the Eaze Drop Skin Tint. I need to try this again because I put it on top of... For the eyeshadows, I was surprised because you don't hear a lot of people talking about the Fenty eyeshadows. I did really like their blendability and pigmentation. Yes, there was a little bit of kickback, but I don't mind it. I like the range of shades. You can get a lot of depth if you want it. The bronzer is definitely a winner for me in Macchiato. I liked how easily it blended. After that, the blush, again, doesn't feel tacky. It was blendable, definitely pigmented, so go in lightly, especially with a shade like this one. I got color right away. Really excited to keep trying this cream formula. The powder is all right. I wish I would have gotten it in a translucent shade because I do see spots where it looks more yellow. Again, the shade is banana. This banana shade powder. And I do see some spots where it's concentrated and I can see the yellowness of it. Blurring wise, I think it's okay. I think it's just all right. It doesn't stand out to me at the moment, this loose powder. The Poutsicle, I think this product is really cool. It's fun, it's innovative. I haven't seen something like this before that you put on and you remove after a few seconds and it leaves you with a stain of color. This works if your lips are already hydrated because they don't leave any sort of coating on your lips. So if you start off with dry lips, this won't be too comfortable. But if you start off with well moisturized lips, this is neat. So this is a winner for me. And yay for the Rare Beauty highlighter. It was very pretty. So pleased that there was no glitter in it. I loved it. Pretty champagne color. The shade is Exhilarate. And that's it, you guys. Not to forget the brows. Tell me what you think of this shape of brow. I like it. I think that the stencil is going to be exactly the tool that I need to teach me which areas I need to fill in to give it this exact shape, which I find pretty flattering. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking through this video with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.